Good evening, North America and the rest of the world. Coming to you from the comfort of our own homes and into yours. The Championship Dart Circuit is proud to present the CDC Championship League United States Premier Match of the Week, presented by Magic Darts Incorporated. Hello again, everyone. I'm Colin Cosell, and I thank all of you for joining us here for the last streaming match of Week 4. Don't worry, we have another 3 weeks to go, and we are officially entering the second half of the season, and there is a lot on the line tonight as Jeremiah Millar, the Beast, looks to win and bring himself into a tie for first place, while the Chanesaw, Joe Chaney, is in a desperate spot, needing a win to keep his playoff hopes alive, but I'll have more on them in just a moment. As always, tonight's match will be a best of 14 race to 8 legs, but let's take a look at the upcoming matches. Next week, we will begin in the U.S. Pulio and Chaney. Chaney will return, then Brenneman and Edmonds in Canada. And then the following week, Matt Campbell and Jim Long, Danny Lauby, and Chuck Pulio. So Pulio making his debut next week on the stream, and then we'll continue to do so. Now, for the updated standings, including the completed matches here in Week 4, starting with Canada. Jim Long and Matt Campbell, after Campbell's win last night, a sweep, mind you, tied with 6 points apiece. Kiefer and Kylie with 4 points apiece. Brenneman carry 1 point, and Ross Snook still looking to get into the win column. As for their neighbors down south here in the good old US of A, right now we are looking at Gary Mawson with 6 points. Jeremiah Millar with a win tonight will tie him for first. There's still matches to be played this week, but that's not the point dramatically. Nick Lindberg also at 4 points, then Lauby with 2, Pulio and Butler with 1 after their tie on Monday, and Joe Chaney looking to get into the win column. Now, in just a few moments, we're going to see these two fine gentlemen go head-to-head at a combined age of 87 in Mowbray Mountain, Tennessee. Joe Chaney, the Chainsaw, is also one of the finest men you'll see in the CDC. Jeremiah Millar in Oxford, Michigan, the Beast, as it were. And we've got two of the top 20 shooters here in the order of merit. We'll get to meet these gentlemen in just a moment, but first, a quick word from our sponsors at Colonial Darts, a-zdarts.com. Make sure you go to a-zdarts.com, get those barrels, get those boards, and we're about to get into it right here, gentlemen. Jeremiah Millar and Joe Chaney, the Chainsaw and the Beast. So good to see you, gentlemen. Jeremiah, looking youthful with your hat on backwards. I have a backwards hat as well. Joe Chaney, looking a little bit older with that beard. Joe, your first time on the stream tonight. It looks great, I'll be honest with you, but you're looking very majestic, kind of a Lincoln look to it. Gentlemen, a lot on the line tonight. Joe, you're looking for your first win here in the league. Jeremiah, you're looking to catapult yourself into a tie for first place. But there's a lot more than that on the line, if I'm not mistaken. There was some trash talk going on in the players' lounge. Joe, what were you saying? There was some chirping going on at Jeremiah. What were you saying to Mr. Millar?
Well, it was talking about the ball, and I believe it's a 50-50. And he was talking about the Continental Cup losing by a ball. But we broke each other's throw up there twice. So he who started the match really didn't matter. And he disagrees.
And you were also saying that you're 8-1 against him. Jeremiah Millar was questioning the math there. Jeremiah, what say you, my friend?
Well, you know, it's Southern Mass, so I'm going to cut Joe a break. No offense to my Southern friends, but I think Joe and I always fare pretty well against each other. And Joe's 8-1 probably means it's more like 5-4 for me, but you know, who's counting?
Definitely not me, because I'm between the two of you in New York. I'm somewhere in between, so I don't even know what math is anymore, and it doesn't really matter. It's fine. All that matters is we want you guys to have one heck of a match. If I'm not mistaken, Jeremiah, you won the cork in the Players Lounge?
Yes, sir.
All right, and with that, gentlemen, go ahead, take your places, get nice and situated, and we'll talk to you at the end of the match. And reminder to everyone, at the end of 7 legs, no matter what, there will be a break, even if it is 7-0. And I will be keeping the math at home, Joe and Jeremiah. No matter what, there will be a break after 7. Just a quick reminder while these two gentlemen get prepared, all of our friends over at Magic Darts Incorporated, a-zdarts.com. Everything is 10% off for the rest of the week. What? Is it Christmas? Who knows? I have no idea what day it is. It's the 11th, 70th of April, June, February. I don't know. I've lost track of days. All that matters is 10% off. Go to a-zdarts.com, get your Colonial board and your Viper barrels, and have at it. You can get to the level where these gentlemen are, and then maybe one day you'll be on the stream or on the CDC stage. And with that, we're going to get this match underway. Jeremiah did win the cork. He's also hosting on Dart Connect. Of course, a shout out to our friends at Dart Connect for having the best scoring platform out there on your phone, on your tablet, whatever you choose. No more markers, no more chalk. It is all about Dart Connect. So Joe Chaney, a CDC Continental Cup quarterfinalist in 2019, but he was a 501 champ in Las Vegas in the Las Vegas Open, and a Virginia Beach Pro Shoot champion. You've seen him on the BDO stage a few times. And Jeremiah Millar won the CDC event number 7 in 2019, has 15 Chicago Bull Shooter World titles, and was a 6-time runner-up. Was also a Premier Cup winner back-to-back time. All right, gentlemen, let's get this match underway. Ladies and gentlemen at home, sit back, relax. If you love the dart, stand up or recline. It's up to you. You're at home, so are we. This dart match is brought to you through the power of space and internet.
Hey, Joe, as soon as all the best, buddy. As soon as we can hear Colin, I'm good to go.
All right.
Well, Joe.
And I'm pretty sure that goes for anyone who knows me. As soon as I can't hear Colin, we are good to go.
Still hearing you, Colin.
That is not my fault, Jeremiah. I swear to you, that is not my fault. Now he can't hear me? Well, good. We're going to get this underway. Excellent. So it's going to be Jeremiah Millar and Joe Chaney on your screen, one of the few outlets you have to watch live professional sports. Millar is leading off with a 45. He heard my voice too much. It is affecting his throw. I apologize. Of course, Millar throwing his 23-gram Jeremiah Millar signature dart by 180 darts. Joe Chaney, the Chanesaw, 23-gram Pro Series chainsaw model, I shot at a ton 20 to open up there for Mr. Chaney. So Millar not thrilled with the start there. Decided to drop downstairs. Chaney going right back to work. The chainsaw looking to mow down the beast. A ton 40 now for Joe Chaney. Joe Chaney and the trash talking, the chirping as it were, in the pre-match saying Jeremiah Millar seems to bring out the best in him, and Joe looking to break Millar. Of course, last time these two met, they were breaking back and forth, and it came down to Bull. That, of course, in the Continental Cup first round. There's a ton for Joe Chaney. Joe Chaney relentless right here in the opening leg. Again, it is a race to 8. Best of 14 in the event of a 7-7 tie. Each of these fine competitors will get 1 point. There are 2 points on the line. One of the few times the only time you'll see a tie in the CDC is here in this virtual world. Joe Chaney now down to a double top. Millar not going to be afforded that luxury.
105.
But a nice 105 leaves him 57, so a 17 double top. If he gets it, Chaney. Oh, first dart out of Chaney. Just a tremendous round to kick it off here. Wow. One of the best opens we've seen here. Chaney with a 116 average. Tremendous, tremendous darts. So Chaney with the break. Unbelievable. And then a 55. So I guess it is believable after all. The Beast looking to warm up a little bit. Not going to do it that way. Millar again shooting from his man cave in Oxford, Michigan. Joe Chaney playing from somewhere in the woods, we assume, in Harrison, Tennessee. Based on that beard and the conversation we had beforehand. There's a ton 40 from Jeremiah Millar. Just what the doctor ordered. That'll give him a little more confidence. God willing for him, of course.
60.
And a 60 from Chaney. So Chaney to open with a 116 average. And then a lackluster start here. 115 after 2
100.
rounds. There's a ton from Millar.
One, two, five.
And a 125 from Chaney. So getting back into the swing of things is Chaney. And again, for all of you at home, wait a minute.
And that's one.
And that's a 180. Jeremiah Millar doing his most laid-back Anthony Eugenia I have ever heard. Huge darts looking to break Joe back. And this is what we've come to expect out of these two. Just break back and forth. Just back-breaking.
First start, Joe?
And breaking back. And first start, Jeremiah Millar with the exclamation point. A 115 average on that. 116 average, my bad. On that leg. So back-to-back 116 averages out of Millar and Chaney to break each other. I hope you all have a beverage, maybe some popcorn or dinner at home because, oh, baby, like the Carpenters, we've only just begun. As opposed to last night's record-breaking 37-minute long match.
140.
There's a ton 40 from Joe Chaney. So apparently, if you are trying to hold throw, you are doing yourself a gross disservice. There's a 60 from Millar.
43.
Ooh, a 43 out of Chaney. And again, if it's the first time joining us here, the fun thing about this is you get to hear the players react in real time. There's a 100 from Millar. But you get to hear the reaction, something you don't normally get to enjoy from any perspective in darts. And there's a maximum from Chaney. Both of these fine shooters with maximums here. In the words of Anthony Eugenia, oh,
94.
And there's a 94 from Chaney to put some pressure on Millar. Again, these two are a part of the production. They set up their cameras, the lighting, everything you see. They are stepping out of their normal comfort zone. There's a 65 from Millar to give him a perfect out if he's afforded that opportunity. Chaney double top. Now double 10. Just a bit outside. Millar looking to hold throw. He'd be the first one to do so here tonight. Good first. Bad second. Not going to happen.
83.
So now Chaney looking to break once more.
Second dart.
And he does so. Home field advantage matters not. Holding throw matters not. These guys just pick up right from where they left off. Pandemic? What pandemic? April, November? Doesn't matter. They just keep doing this back and forth, breaking each other. And quite frankly, I love it. Hello, Jeff Dodson. Coming back in from the salt mines.
180.
I'll get back to you in just a moment. There's a 180 out of Joe Chaney. Could we get our first 9-darter of the league? First 9-darter of any stream in the history of the CDC. Joe Chaney has done it before. Jeremiah's best was a 10-darter. And no, we will not. Wishful thinking. Hoping for Christmas in April, or whatever month it is.
97.
Today is Thursday, the 12th of November. Oh, Chaney with a ton 40 applies some pressure on Millar. Even with the maximum, Millar will not have an out.
100.
And there's a ton from Millar. Looked like the first 2 darts were a little frustrated. Took a bit of hesitation to slow things down and get that ton.
45.
Chaney taking a second with that gorgeous beard of his. It's the most hair I've ever seen on him from the neck up, ever. I've only known him, so long, but how about that?
140.
There's a ton 40 from Millar. So now a bit of pressure on Chaney if he can't get this out. Looking to hold throw. And he doesn't do it. Now Jeremiah Millar, a 118 out. To break back, and oh no, that's no. Not gonna do it.
44.
And Jeremiah reacting accordingly, like all of us would at the hockey, with an opportunity there. Now Chaney looking to hold throw, and he does with that first dart. Tilts it to the side just in case we didn't believe him. So there it is. The first to hold throw is Joe Chaney. We are 4 legs in, going into the 5th leg. Millar looking to hold throw and not give Chaney a chance to run away with this in the early offset, keeping in mind that at the 7th leg, we will be taking a break. And the best number to get if you're practicing your Irish brogue, the 45, but not the best way to open the 5th leg for Jeremiah Millar. Best trash talking we've had out of 2 players so far. If you missed it in the pregame, well, why? What's wrong with you? You should be here from the get-go. We have fun here.
41.
41, he says triumphantly with a hint of sarcasm that is dripping farther down his chin than that beard is. And what is going on? Levi Bilger, good to see you in the chat room as well. Jim Long is there, one of our CDC Championship League players. Love it when the players come to support and watch, or maybe do a little bit of vetting. We don't know. Then again, Jim would not be facing one of these 2 unless it were in the finals. Again, 7 of the best shooters. Nice 138 there from Chaney. 7 of the best shooters 14 of the best shooters in North America. 7 from the U.S., 7 from Canada, playing here in this great pivot
140.
that our masterminds put together here. There's a ton 40 for Millar. In wake of the pandemic and stay-at-home orders and everything, Joe Chaney in the pregame telling me it did not affect him at all. He's been just working and doing his own thing. So I guess it doesn't really affect him in the mountains of Tennessee, which, makes sense. Oh, look at this, Millar. Oh, he wanted that trip 20 right there.
54.
He's going for the trip 20, then the double bull. And a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, our sponsor, Magic Darts Incorporated, they've got a great deal going on at a-zdarts.com. 10% off of everything, including their new Colonial boards, their Viper barrels, which are gorgeous, by the way. Daddy. Now Millar. Oh, the triple 10 and
32 remains.
Hey, just a bit outside. And that growl you heard in the background was our puppy Bagel. He was disappointed in those darts as well. Well done, Bagel. He knows his darts even at 7 months. There's a ton from Chaney. Bagel is also from Tennessee. We'll get to that in just a moment. Millar. First dart inside.
Third dart.
And there's the third dart. Millar is able to hold throw. I might be mistaken, by the way, in a-zdarts.com. It might just be the Colonial line, but we'll get back to that in a moment. Don't want them to just give everything away. No, it is the entire line of Colonial and Viper darts. So there you go. Did not mean to bring you the fake news. I hope we're all having a chuckle at that at home, since I'm all out of Tiger King jokes. No one cares about that anymore. Jeremiah Millar now with a 60. Paul the Rock Achenbach, what is up, my friend? I love this so much, being able to interact with everyone in the chat room. Jimmy Widmeyer is in the house, one of the all-time greats in New York City. There's a ton from Millar, who so deadpan, even in his tons. We've had maximums from both players, at least a couple. We've got a 1-2-5 there. This is our chalkboard view, where you get the full view of Dart Connect, our sponsors and production team, Dart Connect and USA Dart Productions, and then Magic Darts Incorporated, of course. One of the great youth, the future of darts in North America. Joey Lina is watching what is going on. Joey. 67 from Chaney, putting the pressure on Millar. Now they're both looking to hold throw. Jeremiah, very disappointed with Jeremiah. Third person approach to the hatred, and with good reason.
Yeah, third dart.
Oh, Joe Chaney takes out the 85, 15, trip 10, double top, gorgeous darts, and takes the two-leg lead once again. Is able to hold throw. Millar needs to hold throw and break back. But in order to do that, you'd have to do it after the break. We will have a break at the end of this leg for just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. Gary Mawson, love you to pieces, brother. Hoping some of that Florida weather finally scoops its way up the coast up here to New York, because Long Island, Mother Nature is going through menopause. It has been really difficult. It's been 65 and sunny one day, then 45 and rainy the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then 65 and sunny. It's been brutal. Shout out to everyone out there who's working on the front lines. Thank you to all of our healthcare workers. Thank you to Joe Chaney for that beautiful ton 40. Thank you to all the teachers, first responders, EMTs, police, fire department, everyone out there who is essential. And of course, that includes liquor store owners.
180.
And that's a 180, says Anthony Eugenia at home. Jeremiah Millar getting exactly what he needed.
100.
And there's a ton from Joe Chaney, not what he wanted. Millar could put an exclamation point on the first half of this match by taking out the 138, but as I was speaking, it's not going to happen. Doesn't matter. He's going to have another 3 darts at it.
90.
That is a 90 out of Millar.
100.
There is a ton from Joe Chaney. The chainsaw, now the beast. 16 double 16. How about a double 8 there, Jeremiah?
Third dart.
How about Jeremiah Millar wins the 7th leg to make it 4-3 as we go into the break. What a fantastic, it is a break right now, Jeremiah. You're 100% correct. So, gentlemen, continues throwing, go grab yourself a nice cold glass of water because we're all professionals here, or use the bathroom. And to all of you at home, do the same. In the meantime, a few words from our sponsors at Magic Darts Incorporated and a-zdarts.com. Reminder, 10% off of the Colonial line. And we're going to have some fun contests coming up in coming weeks. I'll have more on that in a moment. But now, a word from our sponsors. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us for the CDC Championship League. I'm Colin Cosell. We're all at home in these strange times, but my goodness, we're bringing you live professional sports. And to take a quick look in the chat room, Richard Ashdown has joined us. Little Richard, so we've got some dart royalty in here, at least in the announcing world. Richard and I don't think we've played a match, so we're definitely not royalty at the Aki. At least God knows I'm not, but that doesn't matter. What matters right now is Joe Chaney is up 4-3 on Jeremiah Millar. They were breaking back to back. Then Joe was able to hold throw. Jeremiah did the same. Joe broke and then held throw, and that is where we have the 4-3 difference. 91 average on the match for the Chanesaw, 85 average on the match for Jeremiah Millar. So we're going to get them both back to the Aki for the second half of the action. Once again, it is a race to 8. There are 2 points on the line if one of these fine competitors gets to 8 legs. Joe Chaney and Jeremiah Millar, if they were to tie at 7-7, they would get 1 point apiece. So Joe, Jeremiah, get back at it, get to the Aki. We're all chomping at the bit, and we cannot wait to see how this second half plays out. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm having a ball. I hope you are too. Dave Holmes in Canada, great to see you in the thread. Of course, hashtag stay safe. That's what I keep telling everyone. Jeremiah, Joe, game on. Let's do this.
All the best, Joe.
All the best, Jeremiah. You already took your 6, didn't you?
I'm good.
All right. You well, buddy.
2.
The most pleasant of exchanges between these two that I've heard all night. It was nothing but chirping and trash talk in the get-go. And, man, I loved it. It was awesome. There you see Joe Chaney, if you're just joining us, with an unreasonable amount of hair from the neck up. Not what we're used to seeing out of him. Jeremiah Millar, all you're seeing is his arm. Jeremiah actually has less hair on his arm than you're used to seeing. It looks more like Joe Chaney's head, actually, what we're accustomed to seeing. You know what I'm saying. Regardless, back-to-back tons from Joe Chaney. Jeremiah Millar open with a ton. Does not get that luxury here on his second throw. Instead, he's got a luxurious 85. These two know each other very well. Nothing but respect, but of course, some phenomenal trash talk as well. In the past, they have gone back and forth, breaking each other. That's what we've come to expect out of them. Once again, Joe Chaney throwing his 23-gram Pro Series chainsaw model by shot, and Jeremiah shooting his 23-gram Jeremiah Millar signature by 180 darts. Another ton out of Joe Chaney. Joe Chaney with a 116 average in the opening leg. Jeremiah Millar, not to be outdone, a 116 average in the second leg. It has been phenomenal to watch. And of course, the live stream this week was brought to you by Magic Darts Incorporated on their Magic Darts A to Z darts. Phenomenal. Wow. Gorgeous round there out of Joe Chaney, getting him down to a double. Now Millar not going to get an out. But yes, to Magic Darts Incorporated, they've got the Facebook page and YouTube stream. Next week, we return to USA Darts Productions on YouTube and Champ Darts on the Facebook stream.
32.
A little bit of a laugh out of Joe Chaney, knowing he had a golden opportunity, which now is in the hands of Millar, looking to tie it up for the first time since the fourth leg. 16, double top. That's been Chaney's bread and butter all night. How about the beast? How about the beast indeed? Right on cue. And we are notched at 4. Millar breaks to lead off the second half of this match. Again, it is a race to 8. And in the event of tied at 7, then so be it. That is the end of the match. They'll both come away with a point, but Millar, he wants those 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to be tied with Gary Mawson for first place. Joe Chaney does not have a win on the tournament so far. We are in the 4th week. He needs it to keep his playoff hopes alive. The top 4 from the U.S., the top 4 from the Canadian will then go into their own country's divisional playoffs. And once we dwindle that down to the final from each division, it will be the U.S. versus Canada in the first ever CDC Championship Tour final.
121.
There's a 1-2-1 from Chaney. A 42 from Millar. Just figured I'd let that breathe for a second, let you hear the darts as they hit the board. It's got that authentic sound to it. That dart's a little wobbly, Joe. And he knew it. He dropped downstairs, and 87 indeed shoved it back in the board for good measure. Not that it mattered at that point, but I appreciate that gesture. Another future of the of darts in North America and the United States. Gavin Nicol is watching with us. And to Richard Ashdown, I know you love it when I do my British accent or my English accent. Best wishes from across the pond. That was terrible. I'm pretty sure I just started a war with England again.
83.
83 from Millar. Not sounding thrilled in his voice. You could hear it. Guys started off at a torrid pace. In the first couple of legs have leveled out a little bit, maybe a bit of nerves, a little bit of pressure put upon themselves, given their history.
6.
Millar with the 60. Joe Chaney looking for our high out of the night. Can it be done? He's going to climb Jacob's ladder, double top, and he does it. Your high out of the night belongs to Joe Chaney. A ton 20, the textbook style. Really the only way that I know how. That makes the most sense, at least. I mean, there's other ways to do it. Do not jump down my throats in the comment thread. I see you. Believe it or not, I play darts. I used to. I've got an outdoor board here in Long Island, and I can't use it because Mother Nature has been just awful.
51.
Chaney opens up with a 51. Could have been accomplished with one dart of the trip 17. He decided to go the hard route about it. Now it's up to Millar. Opens up with a ton. Ooh, that second dart, errant to put it nicely. Third dart makes up for it, though. A 1-2-1 for Chaney. Puts a little bit of pressure onto Millar.
100.
Kevin Shaver asking for the double 20, double 20, double 20. You know, in a world that used to exist in no double doubles to go out, or at least it was frowned upon, that was showboating, has now become commonplace. I've said it time and time again, that little card that comes with your dartboard with your outs, yeah, just chuck that. Just go with what you like. The mop method, matter of preference, folks. Joe Chaney looking to bring himself down to his out of preference. There's that trip 20 you sorely wanted. And a ton 30, not the worst out in the world. Not the best if you're me. But that's why I'm here behind a mic and not there. Millar now.
98.
Smart third dart goes for the 98 with the 18 third. Thought about it. Thought about that ton 80. You know he did. That pause.
65.
Playing coy with us tonight, Jeremiah Millar. You beast, you. The chainsaw now down to a bullseye double top.
Come on. Jeez.
Ooh, come on, indeed. That first dart, perfect. That second dart, not so much.
120.
And third dart, a very nice cover indeed. So now, the chainsaw. Ooh.
45.
45, the old-fashioned way. And by that I mean the way that people who didn't know about darts back in the day used to throw them. Not what he wanted at all. He's going to go back and watch this and hate me. But Jeremiah Millar notches it at 5 with that third dart. Oh, boy, this is exactly what we signed up for and the exact opposite of what we saw last night. Last night, record-breaking 37-minute-long match. 24 hours ago, this very moment, the match was over. Here, we are tied at 5.
40.
The Beast laid it in the bed and now lays a big 4 egg of 40 to lead off now Chaney. Told you that these guys love to break each other's backs. You'd think it was a WWE match. Except this is real. The pain is real. The breaking is real. Sorry, I got excited. I love the darts, and I can't stand up. If I do, my earbuds will fall out. If anyone wants to send me some earbuds for my my earbuds, that'd be great.
81. God,
Chaney, exasperation. You can hear it right there.
96.
And a 96 from Millar. Back and forth they go at a rate that is probably going to make you vomit if you suffer from motion sickness. Ton from Chaney. Relentless, back and forth. One big round will make the difference here. Is it Millar's?
133.
133 is exactly what he wanted there. All 19s. I mean, obviously he wanted 3 triple 19s, but you know what I mean. Stop judging. Ton for Chaney. Definitely not what he wanted. Millar, disappointed. You heard a bit of laughter out of him. Ooh, great second, though. And a solid third nonetheless. Double bull, if he so chooses. If he would like to put an exclamation point on this leg, again, race to 8, best of 14, 7-7, so be it. We call it a night. Each man gets a point. Oh, and the second dart from Millar. Millar takes the lead. Mind you, his first lead of the night. 2 legs away from beating Joe Chaney. The chainsaw now needs to get that motor revving and just shave down this score.
98.
I'm seeing supporters from both sides.
100.
Ton for Millar. So now back and forth we go. Who comes out on top? Nobody knows.
100.
And a ton from Chaney. Once again, while we're in the middle of this, just want to remind you that Magic Darts Incorporated, a-zdarts.com, has their own brand of board, the Colonial brand. That's right, the Colonial line of dartboard and darts.
99.
They are available right now on a-zdarts.com. 10% off on those products, on the Colonial line products through the end of this week. Timmy Nickel is watching the stash. You can't keep a good man down, and he is one of the best. So now, Joe Chaney leaves himself a ton 44. I personally hate it. The pros love it. That's why I'm not a pro. Jeremiah Millar now. Ooh, dangerous territory.
79.
Third dart gets to 79. 1, 2, 8 for Millar. So now, the chainsaw.
140.
There's a ton 40. Leaves him double 2. Pressure on Millar, or is it? Oh, that's a triple 1. That's another triple 1. No words to be spoken there. A 26 from Millar. Chaney now, nut house. And he busted it. My goodness, after an awful round out of the beast, the chainsaw gets mowed down by his own darts. Millar now. Double 16. Oh, he took his time, but maybe too much. Maybe he overthought it, and he goes inside the wire. Joe Chaney to notch us at 6. He missed the nut house, but now he's going for a double. And Chaney misses all 3. Millar looking for his first 2-leg lead. Looking to walk it in, obviously. Nobody wants a double. I'm auctioning him off. Who wants a double? You get a double. I'm going to give a double for $25.95. Who wants a double? Who wants a double? It's going to be the double 1. Who wants a double 1? Double 1. What did these doubles ever do to you, gentlemen? Why is the force field up? Why can't you just end it? And Millar does so with the first dart. Thank you. Right on cue. I was getting exhausted. Now Millar, 1 leg away from coming back from like a phoenix from the ashes, really. Down 4-3 at the break. Has now won 4-2 in the last 6.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think my dartboard believe I won, so it's just spinning on me.
Jeremiah's dart connect doesn't believe he won.
Yeah.
But I know he did. He is a man of honor.
Maybe try refreshing.
Yep, give me a sec.
We live at the mercy of the internet, at the mercy of technology, at the mercy of our robot overlords, ladies and gentlemen. So we will get to the bottom of this as we always do. Jeremiah Millar trying to convince his Dart Connect that he did, in fact, win that.
I said, if you're looking for a dramatic pause, this is it.
Yeah, right.
And now the color commentary coming out of Jeremiah Millar. Nice subdued voice. He was one of the funnier people actually on the tour, let's be real.
So, Colin, I've got my computer's spinning here. I don't think it believed that Joe missed that many darts at a double and froze me up.
To be honest with you, I don't believe either of you missed that many attempts at a double, but here we are. Of course, they can't hear me because Kevin Malenfant and L. David Irete are super producers behind USA Darts Productions. They make sure that the players can't hear me and my inane dribble during these matches. But we will get everyone on the same line here in just a moment just to make sure that we're okay.
So,
all right, gentlemen.
sure
so you can hear me now. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
So much like Dart Connect, I also can't believe you guys missed that many attempts at a double. But you have you've tried the refresh.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just
The spinning wheel of death.
Any suggestions? Should I close down the browser and open it up?
That is out of my hands. I'm just a guy who speaks into a microphone for a living, but Kevin Malenfant or David Irete might be able to jump on the horn right now and give you some advice. If I told you to reset it and it destroyed the match, my God, wouldn't we all be annoyed? Matches, the live matches coming up. So 10% off on A-Z darts coming up for the month of May, just so that we're all on the same page. Right now, we're going to get everything restarted. So in the meantime, I'd like to remind you that our very same sponsors, who I was misinformed about the 10% off being in the month of May, and much like I was unaware of that, many are unaware that Magic Darts has its own line of darts and dartboards. Well, this week they are featuring their Colonial brand, established in 2016. It was originally created to offer the public an inexpensive line of darts that were still made with good quality tungsten, as if there's bad quality at A-Z darts. Come on, let's be real. The brand has evolved a lot over the years. Today, they have nearly 100 different barrels. That is a Trip 20 and a double top under the Colonial line, in store and online at a-zdarts.com. The second version of the Colonial steel tip dartboard is available now. The board is even featured on a mouse pad that Magic Darts sells, so you can get that for your office. The brand has recently expanded to include higher end signature barrels for the Magic Darts sponsored players. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get all of your Magic Dart needs at a-zdarts.com, and we thank them, of course, for their sponsorship. So now DCTV is having a bit of a problem. We're going to get to the bottom of that. The players now at 7-5 in favor of Millar. Chaney was up 4-3, has only won one leg since we were at the break. And it looks like we have got it fixed. We are good to go.
All right. As much as I love hearing Colin, shut him down.
Thanks.
She will, Jeremiah.
All right, Joe, you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir, she will.
All right, buddy, you too.
How nice that started and how horribly that ended. As much as I love hearing Colin, or I like hearing
100.
Colin, shut him down. All I could muster up there was a thanks. All right, so we have gotten it situated. We did the old reset button. Joe Chaney now hit the reset button on his darts, opening with a ton 40. Huge round out of Chanesaw. The Beast found his rhythm after the break, actually leading up to the break. He made it 4-3. He was down 4-2, and boom goes the dynamite, a ton 40 to answer Chaney. What does Chaney have to say about it?
100.
He answers with a 100. We are notched at 2-6-1. Millar on absolute fire after being down 4-2 has since gone 5-1 in the last 6 legs. A 1-2-5 from Millar. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't get a nickname just from a clever play on your name. You get it from being a beast. Not to say that Chanesaw isn't a beast himself. Millar now to win the match. Can he do it? Oh.
96.
But he will have a shot at it. 96 from Millar. Chaney, all he can hope to do is bring himself down to a comfortable out.
79.
Otherwise, this is Millar's match to win. Millar, 3 darts, double top, walking it in. Or walking it up.
Double one.
Or hitting a double one, the nut house that Joe Chaney so desperately wanted in the previous leg. Now Chaney, 1, 2, 4.
Oh, never mind.
I hit 2. It's on you.
Yeah.
Chaney doesn't believe he hit the double one. None of us can. But that is, in fact, the case.
44.
44 from Chaney. Jeremiah Millar to win the match after an absolute tirade against Joe Chaney. 8 for the win.
8 left.
Oh, just a bit inside. Chaney now to stay alive like Travolta. It did what I thought it did.
60.
It did indeed. He bounced off his own dart and hit the double 20 inadvertently. Millar now for the match. Double 4. Double 2 now.
You know, I'm giving you the face
Oh,
back,
up
Joe.
the nut house he goes. He can't seal the deal. How many of you went through that in high school? Joe Chaney now.
Bust.
A double 15. What is happening? As if this world wasn't bizarre enough. Millar, the double 1 that he didn't want. Now he wants it more than ever.
Second dart, Joe.
And he got it. Jeremiah Millar wins. Unbelievably, 5 of the last 6 legs to win the night. Chanesaw, 116 to open. Millar, 116 to open. And then back and forth. Looked like Chaney was running away with it. Millar had other plans. The break came, and here we are. Joe Chaney, tough match, my friend. You came out firing. We thought tonight was your night. Things kind of slowed down thereafter. Walk us through it. What happened there leading up to the break? You were up 4-2, and then Millar took over. What happened with you?
Well, I don't know. It seems I can only win 5 legs in the CDC league. I went up 5-1 on Moss and lost 8-5 to him. I went up 5-2 on Nick Lindbergh, lost to him. I went up 5. I don't remember if I was up with 5. But anyways, yeah. Well, anyways.
That's
I don't
Southern
know. I
math,
think 5
Joe.
wins is all I'm allowed to win on this CDC league.
And as Jeremiah made the joke, so I didn't have to. He said, "That's just that Southern math, Joe. We've made it full circle now. The trash talk continues even in defeat, throwing salt in the wound." Wow, that is brutal. So, Joe, quickly before we let you go, you're not completely out of it. You really need to go on a run now. What are you going to do for these remaining 3 weeks in the league? You can't tie. You got to win it out.
Well, my game plan tonight was to come in and get a win because I know I'm in last place. I needed wins to make it to the playoffs. I guess I'm gonna have to hit the practice board a little, try to get more prepared. But also, while I've got the attention,
go for it.
I've had several discussions with individuals lately about the bull, who goes first, who goes second, how it doesn't make a difference. And in this match was a perfect example of how it doesn't make a difference. And in America, it's always that same issue. Legs are broken back and forth. I broke Jeremiah's start. He broke White back. I broke his throw, held. He held. I think I broke, and that's when I went up to 4-3. But it's a constant break back and forth. The problem is people watching the PDC and thinking that they're on that caliber of player where the start does matter. It definitely does matter. If those guys break a throw, they win or lose if they lose with the throw. But in the U.S., it doesn't really matter. We missed too many doubles, just like example of this match.
Joe Chaney, we did not come for the Southern math, but we came for the dart philosophy. That was completely on point, my friend. We really appreciate it. That is, I mean, and I'm not even trying to make a joke here. That is 100% accurate. We really appreciate it. And listen, stop spending time out in the woods and the mountains and get back up to the Aki, my friend. We still believe in you. We know you got it in you. Ladies and gentlemen,
All
Joe
right, thank
Chaney,
you.
the Chainsaw. All right, my friend. It's good to see you and good to see some hair from the neck up on you. Now, Jeremiah Millar, you are now tied for first place. You're looking swell, Joe. Thank you for showing it off. You're now tied for first place. You put it into another gear there. I mean, you guys opened up with 116 averages back to back in the first legs. Things seemed to cool off, and then you just took off. What did you say to yourself? What happened? How do you build that gumption and take control of a match like that?
Well, it's a good question. I think that's the part that I've been struggling with. If you want me to be completely candid, which I probably shouldn't be, but my game is very inconsistent. And when I do find that gear, I feel like I can play with anyone in the country. But I do have those lulls, and I think just trying to work through those. And what I've found recently is being able to pull yourself out of it in a match is probably the best practice you can get. So. I know it was up and down. It wasn't the best average match, but kind of made for some good TV maybe.
It absolutely made. I mean, I was going nuts. You guys completely made my job worthwhile, and I say job as if I'm getting paid. I mean, none of us are getting paid. That's fine. But the point of the matter being, listen, for anyone out there who thinks that darts is not a sport, case in point here, especially in long form, if you break a sweat, if you get exhausted, if and it's a mental game. I mean, sports are defined by what it does to you physically and mentally, and that is case in point right there. But you were able to get over that hump tonight. Was there something you said to yourself, or did you just get into a groove?
I think I was, I did the kind of Southern math that Joe does and said I think I've won 5-4. And no, just kidding. All seriousness aside, Joe and I are really good buddies. I respect him. He's probably one of the funniest guys on tour, one of the most talented guys. And I knew that I had to play well. And I'll be honest, he gave me some opportunities he should not have and normally does not. I know he wasn't quite playing his game. So I just happened to take advantage of those opportunities. So I'm sure next time, given the same scenario, it's Joe's on top.
Well, listen, gentlemen, I consider you two to be two of the finest gentlemen out there and two of the funniest indeed. I have a background in stand-up comedy, and I can't hold a candle to you either on the dartboard or in the realm of comedy. But thank you so much for a thoroughly entertaining match. I wish you all the best. We can't wait to see you on the stream moving forward. Chaney, we'll be seeing you on Tuesday against Chuck Pulio, who one of his arms looks like the top of your head. And Jeremiah, of course, we'll see you once again. It has been a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And as you see on your screen, Chuck Pulio, Joe Chaney, Tuesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Grab your margaritas and your nachos because we've got darts coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern, as we always do. And we cannot wait to watch that match. Pulio and Chaney, both on the ropes, both looking to climb into playoff contention. Can they do it? You and I will find out together. And that, of course, will be streaming on the USA Dart Production YouTube and the Champ Darts Facebook stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for tonight. We really appreciate you watching. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, sharing, chatting, and enjoying one of the few live sporting events available in the entire world during these strange times in the wake of COVID-19. We hope to see you next week as Chaney takes on Pulio at 8 p.m. Another quick reminder to check out the new blog on a-zdarts.com. Go to the site, click on the blog, and enjoy many riveting articles from such dart geniuses as Dax Munna and, of course, the Colonial line on a-zdarts.com. azdarts.com. This broadcast is brought to you by USA Darts Productions, courtesy of Kevin Malenfant and our super producer, L. David Irete. A special thanks to Chuck Schick for stats and info. I could not do it without you. On behalf of Jeremiah, Joe, and our amazing crew working their tails off behind the scenes in the championship dart circuit, I'm Colin Cosell saying stay home, stay safe, take care of one another, and I will see you next Tuesday.